How's it going, y'all? This is Ryan De La Garza with another Desmos component intro. In this video, we're going to look at the sketch component. This is a great tool that allows students to write on and annotate something that you give them, whether it's a model or an image or even a question. So let's take a look at how we could use this. First of all, the sketch component is over on the left-hand side, right in our second grouping of components. So I'm going to add one of these in. Now notice right off the bat it says customize your background. We have three different options with the sketch component. We can go blank, we can make it a graph, or we can make it a custom image. So I have some different ways I can use this. If you want it to be blank, students will see it as just a blank white space they could draw on. This could be a whiteboard, this could be just a kind of a thinking space, or Desmos has used it as kind of draw a picture of how you've been feeling lately as like a check-in, right? So that's one option. The second option is our editable graph. So here, if I preview just as is, right, students could come in here and they could mark points on a graph and they could do things like that. The cool part is that I could come in and you can actually add to this graph first, right? So maybe I say y equals 1/2 x. Now if I come in, I have this, so I can have students mark specific points on this graph and then talk about them here. So we could add in that sketch, let them draw on it, let them kind of identify their thinking, and then go from there. The sketch also has a straight line tool that I could come in and do straight lines, and they can do things in multiple colors. So there's lots of ways for students to kind of play with their thinking here. The third option is to do a custom image. So I can click this and I can bring in images of questions that I've copied from another document or from another activity, and now this is something that students can start to work with. So this is something that I may want to use my ordered list component. Well, I did this in a previous video and we have this question already here, so I'm going to pull another trick. I'm going to duplicate this screen, and on the second version, so now I have the same screen twice, but on this version, I'm going to delete the note that I used to give kids the question. And instead, I'm going to add in a sketch, and I'm going to bring in that image of the question. So on the original screen, we put our question in with a note. This means it's just going to appear as text for students to see. But in the copied version, I put this in as a sketch component. So when students look at this, they're going to be able to actually draw on this question. So if I wanted to circle numbers, or if I wanted to make a number line and kind of map things out, students now have that ability to kind of mark in here. So it's always an option that we can do, and it's something that you need to think about with your kids is, do you want them to be able to draw on this? And I found in a lot of situations, having that question as a sketch component doesn't ever hurt, really. It just gives them a space to kind of think and to map things out if they want to. So that is another way we can bring in that sketch component. So in review, real quick, our sketch component, you're going to get it. You have three different options: blank, graph, or a custom image that you bring in, and allows students to write on it and show their thinking while they're working through your activity. So that's how we can use our sketch component. If you have any other questions, you can drop them in the comments. Thank you for watching, and happy Desmosing.